What's up, YouTube? This is Jay the Wanderer with Oakland Latinos Unidos, aka Oakland Latinos United, the voice of the Latino community on the Bay Area, YouTube, California, and beyond. Well, I'm on here with a new video for you to enjoy, and this one's about my hometown of Oakland, California, the city of Oakland, where I was born and raised. But what this video is about the dark chapter of Oakland. Basically, Oakland, what it's known for, besides the A's, the Raiders, and the Warriors, is the high homicide rate and high crime rate in the city. And it's something that's been plaguing this city for many years, probably going back to the late 60s, and it hasn't stopped. It seems like it keeps going up and up and up every year since. Oakland's a beautiful city. It's where I was born and raised, like I said. I love my city, my hometown a lot, you know. I always talk about it. I've made a lot of videos showing you different, streets, neighborhoods, and festivals and stuff like that, like Dia de los Muertos, and a lot of fun stuff. The Oakland Museum, we went there in one of my videos. There's a lot of good things about Oakland, a lot of beautiful places, the hills, Lake Merritt, the Fruitvale District, even, the neighborhoods that aren't too, good. I guess you want to say the neighborhoods people think are considered ghetto, they're cool too, like the Deep East up in Elmhurst, 98th Avenue, Brookfield, and Seminary, West Oakland, all that, North Oakland. But the thing is, homicides have been the #1 problem in Oakland. Oakland has had a lot of homicides. This year alone, there have been like 121 homicides. Last year, there were about, hold on, let me see. Right here, what you're looking at is the Oakland Police's statistics on homicides and other crimes. Last year, there was 120 homicides, it says, in Oakland. And that's a lot. And in 2006, there was 145. 2005, there was 93. 2004, there was 82. 2003, there was 109, I'm sorry. 2002, there was 108. The only lower years was like 1998, there was 72. 1999, there was 60. 1996, there was 93. 97, there was 99. 2001, there was 84. 2000, there was 80. Even though that's low, that's still high, and look, you could go far back as 1994, there was 140, 95, 137, 93, 154, 92, 165, 91, 149, 90, 146, 89, 129, 88, 112, 87, 114, 130 and 86, 96 and 85 was 96, 84 was 114, 83 was 97. And it just goes on like that. 82, 101, 81, 123. And it looks like in 1969 it was 88. And it was 66 and 70. 91 and 71. 72, it was 86. Looks like 73 was the first time it ever hit 100. 1973. 100 homicides. And a lot of people ask, why are there so many homicides? Why is Oakland known for having so many homicides? Why are people quick to kill each other? Well, there's not one answer. There's many answers. A lot of it has to do with poverty. A lot of it has to do with ignorance. A lot of it has to do with wanting to be cool, peer pressure, because, a lot of the murders are committed by young kids. A lot of them are just kids that aren't even adults yet, Most of the homicides have been committed, and most of the ones that committed the homicides, most of the victims and the suspects have been between like the ages of 15 and 21. They're youngsters. One of the main reasons I would say is there's a lot of poverty in Oakland. Oakland's a poor city, especially in the black neighborhoods. You go to West Oakland, you go to 98th Avenue, Brookfield, Seminary, you'll see a lot of poverty. I'm not saying all blacks are poor, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of poverty in those neighborhoods, and there's a lot of poverty in the Latino neighborhoods, because most of the crimes and homicides in Oakland basically affect the black community first and the Latino community second, the brown Raza Chicano community, and yeah, it's a big problem. Almost every year the number one list on the homicide numbers are blacks, and the seconds are Latinos, and third might be a few Asians and whites. But you know, mostly blacks and Latinos are the number ones that are getting killed out here. You know, basically killing each other. You know, over stupid shit. You know, in the black community, what affects them a lot of so many homicides in Oakland, for one, are like the turf wars between this turf and that turf, either fighting over drugs or over control of this neighborhood. And basically, they call them turfs or crews, but they're kind of like gangs. And then also you have retaliation killings, where one guy gets mad at another guy, or one guy got into a fight with and he beat the other guy, and now they're shooting each other, trying to kill each other. That's a problem, you know. You have road rage. You have people thinking they're just fucking tough and just going up to anyone and shooting them for no reason. You have robberies. There's been a lot of robberies. And in the Latino community, the problem that affects a lot of Latinos is we have a lot of big gang problem in the Latino community. In Oakland, you know, you have everybody that knows the streets. You know, you have the Norteños, the Sureños, and the Border Brothers. And you have other little Mexican cliques that aren't really gangs, but they're more like turfs or crews. And, you know, they're always at it with each other, killing each other over either because they're a Norteño, Sureño, or a Border Brother, or because this hood doesn't like that hood, or over drugs, or over the same thing in the black communities. One guy fights another guy, and now they want to kill each other. Road rage, you know, robberies. You know, a lot of illegal immigrants have been victims of robberies done by blacks and Latinos. You know, a lot of people that are born in Oakland pick on them because they know they won't go to the police, or they don't know how to defend themselves, or they don't, you know, because they're from another country, they pick on them and rob them and then end up killing them, you know, for nothing, for like $5, you know what I mean, for nothing. It's fucking stupid and tragic and crazy. I mean, I have here a statistic of 2005. In 2005, I'll tell you the statistics. It says there was 120 homicides in 2005. And in 2005, 62 were African Americans, 25 were Latinos, 4 were Asians, 1 was white, 1 was Samoan, and 1 was Middle Eastern. And in the arrests in that year, 52 were African Americans, 13 were Latinos, and 4 were Asian. Those were the arrests of murder suspects that year. So, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, even this year, a guy named Fernando Solano Aranguren got killed like a week ago. Today is the day of December 29th. So he got killed like December 20th, I believe. It was like on a Saturday. He got shot up there by 98th and D Street, and which is like Deep East Oakland, the Elmhurst area. And that's a predominantly African American area, but there's also a lot of Latinos, Hispanics, Chicanos, whatever you want to call it, that live there. And the crazy thing about this guy is that this guy that got killed, his sister got killed in 2003. Her name was Gloria Solano Lopez, and her husband, Javier Lopez, were shot to death, robbed, you know, by an African-American guy, from what the news story says. Robbed and killed in front of their kids. I mean, what the fuck kind of scumbag does something like that? And they never caught the guy, because the Oakland police don't give a fuck. You know, but now the sister, basically the sister that got killed, now her brother got killed a week ago. I mean, that's tragic. That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And then there's another family that I know of. I'm not going to say names, but there's another family that I knew their brother. They had a brother who got killed in 1993. I knew him because he was my brother's friend. And he used to hang out at my house all the time when I was a kid. And he got murdered in 1993 in a gang shooting at a party. And then I heard in 2006, his younger brother and his girlfriend or wife or something like that got murdered too. So, I mean, these are things that not only affect the Latino community, the black community, all communities in Oakland. I mean, we need to stop the violence. We need to really stop the violence. The problem is there is nothing for kids to do in Oakland. You know, it's a problem of nothing to do, poverty. You know, kids wanting to be thugs, pimps, players, gangsters, wanting to have this tough guy, I'm fucking crazy, hard image. you know, wanting to be in gangs or wanting to be in turfs or wanting to be in this and that. But those aren't the only things. It's so many other things. Like I said, it's not one thing. It's like 100 things. People dying over drugs, over money, over turfs, over gangs, over this, that, road rage, you know, robberies. You look at me and now I'm going to kill you. So, I mean, it's crazy. It really is. It's really fucking crazy. But, I mean, that's the way it is, I guess. But I really wish that there is one day when the city of Oakland will have peace. We need to stop the violence. The black and Latino community, we need to figure something out on how to get our kids, prevent our kids from killing each other, from killing others. I mean, we're destroying ourselves instead of making ourselves big, instead of getting educated, instead of trying to work, trying to do something positive for our community, trying to fight the system instead of fighting ourselves. You know, that revolutionary brown power, black power, brown beret, Black Panther thing that the Oakland had in the 60s is no longer. But that's all I have to say about that because I'm out of time. But stop the violence. Let's make Oakland a safe city. Late.